next speaker. I will call upon our next speaker, Dr. Pooja Dwivedi from India, to deliver her speech, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Dr. Pooja Dwivedi. I'm post-graduation student, MD Pathology at King George Medical University, Lucknow, India. I'm going to present a very interesting case of primary fibrosarcoma of breast, which mimic invasive ductal carcinoma. As a part of introduction, breast fibrosarcoma is a rare tumor. It is one of breast sarcomas, which are rare and account only 0.1% of malignant breast tumors. Amongst the primary breast sarcoma, it is the most common subtype, accounting for 16% of all soft tissue sarcomas of the breast. Primary breast sarcoma is defined as malignancy originating from mesenchymal tissue of the breast and does not include those arising from skin, muscle, and adjacent bones. Sami Albana reviewed English literature and found that 98.5% of breast sarcoma occurred in women and only 1.5% in men. So my today's objective is to study an interesting case of primary fibrosarcoma, breast mimicking invasive ductal carcinoma. As a part of clinical background, we received a right breast lumpectomy specimen. We processed sections and stained it with hematoxylin and eosin, and immunohistochemistry was also done. A 48-year-old female presented to us with complaint of painful, recurrent, progressive right breast lump for 3 years. She had a history of prior to lumpectomy in the same breast at an interval of 7 months. In histopathological examination, her first excision biopsy report was not available, and her second excision biopsy report was diagnosed. In her second excision biopsy report, she was diagnosed as spindle cell sarcomatous lesion consistent with fibrosarcoma. On CT scan, she has a right breast carcinoma showing enhancing soft tissue attenuation mass, lesion of size 39 into 31 millimeter. Small right axillary lymph node were also seen. In gross examination, we received a lumpectomy specimen with nipple areola complex measuring 8.5 into 6.5 into 3 centimeter. It was a well-defined grayish-white tumor with a variegated appearance measuring 3.5 into 2.5 into 2 centimeter, and it was present retroareolary, and it has a fleshy appearance. On microscopy, the section from the breast and nipple areola complex show a malignant mesenchymal neoplasm disposed in seeds and intersecting fascicles, along with the focal area of myxoid degeneration. In high-power view, individual tumor cells are mild to moderately pleomorphic, having oval to elongated nuclei with irregular nuclear chromatin, inconspicuous nucleoli, and abundant pale eosinophilic cytoplasm. There was 6 to 7 per 10 high power field mitosis was also present. On immunohistochemistry, tumor cells were strongly and diffusely positive for vimentin, and Ki67 index was 10% in tumor cells, and Desmin, S100, CD34, ER, PR, and HER2 were negative in tumor cells. Here we can see the vimentin, which is diffusely positive in all the tumor cells. Here, tumor cells are arranged in fascicles, and vimentin is showing positivity for in tumor cells. CD34 was negative, and CD34 is positive in internal control in blood vessels. ER was negative in tumor cells. PR was also negative in tumor cell, and HER2/neu was also negative in tumor cells. So on the basis of this, our diagnosis on the basis of clinical history, radiological investigation, and histopathological and immunohistochemical examination was fibrosarcoma of breast. As a part of discussion, according to Sorov and et al. And their clinical data, breast sarcoma is rare malignancy that account for 0.1% of malignant breast tumors, and incidence of breast sarcoma is about a quarter of that. Radiologically, fibrosarcoma breast is partially circumscribed, uncircumscribed, high density mass on mammogram, and hypoechoic lesion on ultrasonography. Differential diagnosis of fibrosarcoma breast include invasive ductal carcinoma, malignant phyloid tumor, and synovial sarcomas. Fletcher believed that breast fibrosarcoma is a diagnosis of exclusion. So first, we were confused with malignant phyloid tumor, invasive ductal carcinoma, whether it is these or fibrosarcoma. So we will see malignant phyloid tumor and fibrosarcoma's feature. On gross examination, malignant phyloid tumor is having lobulated architecture, word vacillated cut surface in a leaf-like pattern, skin ulceration, hemorrhagic and cystic changes may present. While in fibrosarcoma, on gross examination, well circumscribed clear boundaries and tough texture was there. On microscopy, phyloidal epithelium formed by an exaggerated intracanalicular pattern, subepithelial condensation with increased stromal cellularity, stromal atypia, and stromal overgrowth in malignant phyloid tumor, and infiltrating tumor borders, and high mitotic count is also there. While in fibrosarcoma, the high cellularity is there, spindle cells arranged in fascicles lack epithelial component called herringbone pattern, and fusiform spindle-shaped cell having scant cytoplasm with distinct border are there. On immunohistochemistry, malignant phyloid tumor is positive for cytokeratin ER, vimentin, CD34, BCL2, and P53 is increased, and Ki67 is also increased in stromal cells. And P63 is focal positive in malignant phyloid tumor, and it may also negative for P63. In fibrosarcoma, almost same ISC we use for fibrosarcoma, but CD34 is negative in fibrosarcoma. So immunohistochemistry. So what were the features in our case in favor of invasive breast carcinoma? As the patient was younger age, less than 65, patient was 45-year-old, and patient is having large tumor. On CT scan finding were oval circumscribed mass, and increased risk of recurrence was there. It was 2-time recurrence, and higher node positivity was there. More likely to present with the metastatic disease at diagnosis, and ER/PR HER2/neu negativity was also there. Also there. So in invasive breast carcinoma, hormonal therapy does not work, and hormonal therapy of trastuzumab does not work if triple negative type invasive carcinoma of breast cancer is there. So to our patient, we found it difficult to be distinguished from invasive carcinoma breast, malignant phyloid tumor, and synovial sarcoma of the breast. According to medical history, radiological investigation, and histopathological and immunohistochemical examinations, absence of epithelial component on extensive sectioning ruled out the possibility of cytosarcoma phyloid in our case. Immunohistochemically, positivity to vimentin and negativity to CD34 and desmin infer to the diagnosis of fibrosarcoma breast. Treatment for fibrosarcoma breast is extended surgical resection or mastectomy, and it is a preferred treatment. And these tumors are also known for hematogenous spread rather than lymphatic spread. Prognosis of the disease is related with tumor cell differentiation, tumor size, and surgical assessment. In conclusion, primary breast sarcoma constitute a specific clinico-pathological entity that carry different prognosis and therefore should be differentiated from malignant phylloid and metaplastic carcinomas. As this is a recurrent, distantly metastasizing tumor, so timely correct diagnosis, wide local excision with clear margins and chemoradiotherapy treatment can prevent this tumor metastasis. These are my references. And I want to thank and express my gratitude to my professor, Dr. Madhu Kumar ma'am, for teaching and providing me such an interesting case. I thank her for giving me her valuable and constructive suggestions during planning and making of this project. Her willingness to give her time so generously has been very much appreciated. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome, Dr. Pooja Dwivedi, and thank you for sharing this valuable information with us. Has anyone got any questions from Dr. Pooja, please? Any questions? So if you have any question, you may leave it in chat box. So now I am going to call upon